Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and had a great Labor Day holiday, getting together with family and friends, hopefully enjoying some great weather here. It's crazy, John, how fast the summer has just flown by.
Mm.
So I hope everyone get out there and got to grow out a little bit and enjoy some great weather. But John, how you doing today?
I'll tell you, it's crazy how fast time goes. I remember back years ago, I would also listen to older people talk, and they'd say, "Man, time moves so fast. Enjoy every day." And I'll tell you what, maybe I'm just getting older, but this summer just flew by, and I am amazed at where we're at. And it's something also. Whenever time gets moving, we get active. We're involved in doing things in our communities around other people. We're involved with family. We are just enjoying life. And the next thing that we know, it's like all of a sudden, it's like, where did the year go? There's some things I was wanting to get accomplished this last year. I didn't get them done as time went too fast. And I know for me, it always crops up there at the end. And so it's like right now, I got a ton of stuff outside that I should have gotten done before that I got to get finished up. And a big party coming up. I was like, I've got to get a lot of landscaping stuff done and lighting put in. I should have done back in the spring. And so I know the stuff my finances too. A lot of times sometimes it's do as I say, not as I do. And I do a lot of my financial planning, like between Christmas and New Year. But by then it's almost too late to get some tax planning done. So for a lot of folks, it's a good time to say, hey, the time is moving fast. The stuff you want to get done here soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And John, I think that's a really timely reminder for everyone. We're coming
Mhm.
up to the fourth quarter, and there are a number of things that we just want to remind you about getting done before the end of the year. Some of them maybe can save you some money on Medicare premiums, or others can save you some long-term dollars on helping reduce that retirement tax bill. So, John, we know here in October, open enrollment opens up for
Mm.
Medicare supplements, and we have, for the last couple of years, really expanding our capabilities internally here within our firm to help provide
Mhm.
our clients some great resources on the Medicare front. So why don't you just walk through what we are able to help our clients with here at our firm on the Medicare front, and just a couple of quick reminders on that.
I'll tell you what, Drew, it's so interesting. Over the last probably 4 years, we've sent out a lot of surveys to our clients, and some are formal surveys seeking feedback from everybody. Thank you so much for applying to those. The quick heads up, I'll probably have another one coming up in spring of this next year, and so look forward to all of your feedback on that. But a lot of informal surveys, informal questions about what things are most important to you. And the last 4 years, the top three things that we hear from everyone has to do with Medicare planning. How do I answer questions on Medicare? What's my plan to use? Tax planning, and then tax preparation. So those have been three areas at the height of our list. We wanted to make sure that we get taken care of, and we really emphasize Medicare first and foremost. And there's a lot of nuance in Medicare and selecting as far as which plan makes sense for you and your family. But you also want to make sure you get it right. And if you don't, there's some mistakes that you can't recover from. And so we actually have partnered with a large national expert from the academic side as far as doing research on Medicare. And then on top of that, we have a specialist in house with Nicole out in Avon, Colorado. And she has a love, not a love for Medicare, but a love for helping people make great decisions in Medicare. She is a student of Medicare. And we have had such phenomenal feedback from so many of our clients that have worked with Nicole on that. And folks, if you have questions on Medicare, I'd encourage you get a time on the books to chat with Nicole. She'll be able to help you steer you right as far as on getting information and what knowledge to have there.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, John. And so if you're either turning 65 here
Mm.
shortly recently, or you're already over the age of 65 and you've been on Medicare for a while, what we encourage all of you to do is to do a policy review. John, just like you maybe would price out your home insurance and your car insurance every year, we encourage everyone to do the same thing with their Medicare supplemental insurance, just to ensure, number one, that you have the appropriate coverage you need, but number two, you're not spending more than what you need to be spending on your monthly premiums. As we all know, there's been a lot of change in the insurance space, whether that's for personal property or for health insurance. And it's really important to always have that annual checkup to make sure that you have all your bases covered. So reach out to our team. Nicole's schedule, we have a number of days set aside for her to work on that with all of y'all. So definitely reach out if you have any questions there or you just want a second opinion. Now, John, the other thing, I know you mentioned taxes, and there's a big difference between tax planning and tax preparation. Tax preparation is what your accountant does for you to get those taxes filed before the middle of April. Tax planning is more of a big picture, longer term thinking about ways to reduce your personal retirement tax bill and keep more of those dollars in your pocket. Now, John, why is it so important to get this done every single year, but also to get it done before 12/31 of the calendar year?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, whenever you do your tax preparation, which is what you do really in the first quarter of each year, you're looking at all of the things that you did in the previous year that it ended on 12/31. Now, there's a couple exceptions to that. You can make IRA contributions, as an example, up until April 15th, your tax filing deadline. But for the most part, we're saying the vast majority of anything you can do to lower your tax bill that you're going to pay, and when you do your preparation in the first quarter of the year, it has to be completed before 12/31. And so there's certain deadlines you want to do. But folks, you want to keep in mind, even on your tax planning, there's two different mindsets. One is micro tax planning. And what micro tax planning is, it says I want to decrease the total dollar of taxes that I pay in this calendar year. That's micro planning. Macro tax planning is big picture tax planning, in which you say, I want to decrease the total amount of taxes that I'm paying over my lifetime. And so it's two different objectives, and one is not right, one is not wrong. It's a matter of saying which is best for you in your situation, with your current understanding of the tax code, and with your philosophy of what's going to happen in the future of taxes. Based upon where all that stands, you might make one decision or another, but Drew, most of those decisions have to be made by 12/31. So, folks, if you've not had a tax planning conversation with your advisor yet, you want to make sure you do that. The sooner, the better, because we found that really most discussions need to happen by Thanksgiving time in order to give you time to execute on whatever you want to execute. And so there's even some restrictions, let's say from a custodial standpoint. Some custodians say if you want to do, let's say, a Roth conversion or a contribution to a charity, they have to have instructions in by the 7th or 10th of the month of December in order to guarantee that that transaction is going to happen by year end. So you just want to make sure we start as soon as we can as far as on tax planning.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. One other thing, just kind of along those lines, is required minimum distributions. Our team tracks all required minimum distributions for our clients to help ensure that we get that done for you. But if you're sitting there thinking, hey, I don't remember if I've taken that RMD yet this year, or you have any questions on that front, just call in and speak with our operations team. We have all of that data right at our fingertips and can help you ensure that you have that box checked as well here before the end of the year. And so, John, we just really wanted to hit some housekeeping items, some critical things to get done before the end of the calendar year as we're entering into the fourth quarter here. But what's one thought that you want to send us off here into the week with?
I'll tell you, it's one of those things that I know that I'm guilty of, even my personal health and my personal workouts, and even in a lot of my relationships, is that a lot of times I really get procrastinating in life. In other words, I place certain things at a higher priority than what I should for should be the most important thing. When it comes time to your financial planning, it's easy to procrastinate as we get busy in things of life. And it's not to say that, your financial planning should have a higher priority than the relation with your family. However, you need to find balance and say, let's make sure we prioritize getting things done in the appropriate levels of time. And so right now, folks, if you've been busy all year, have not done that financial planning, let's not procrastinate. Pick up the phone, talk to one of your advisors, and let's get something on the books as far as making sure you get things done by the end of the year as far as in your best interest.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. Well, guys, thank you for the time. We look forward to speaking with each and every one of you here soon. We'll talk to y'all soon. Have a good one.